All right, boys. So we got the Madden 26 franchise
a new era
deep dive.
Madden NFL 26 with the most meaningful update in over a decade, built around.
How is that a flex? The most meaningful update in over a decade. Get y'all shit together.
Your vision, your strategy, and your identity as a coach. The first step in establishing your franchise legacy.
And then over a decade, the past 10 Maddens was Madden 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. It was Madden 26. Exactly. So like, bro, none of those Maddens were ever like actually like deep in depth with content in the game. That's not that's comparing it to bullshit.
Is to choose what kind of coach you want to be. All new coach
that's
archetypes
cool.
offer unique identities with strengths and progression paths inspired by real NFL coaching styles.
It's definitely cool.
Then customize your coach's look with hundreds of new options from head to toe.
Yep, I like that. I like that.
It's time to strategize. The new weekly strategy system lets you attack each opponent with more detail and control. How you prepare each week is up to you. Build in-depth game plans, identify counters, and make tough calls that will shape your season and your coaching legacy. Expand your strategic arsenal with all new coach abilities. 48 game day abilities and 28 seasonal abilities that can be upgraded over 4 tiers of progression. Every success lets you unlock powerful new abilities and open additional ability slots for more variety and control to outsmart weekly opponents. Adjust your ability loadout for unique strategies each week without compromising your true coaching identity.
Okay.
Now you can build a ball control offense or a defense that lives on turnovers. Stack and upgrade abilities to fit your scheme. And you won't be the only one getting played. New AI coaches and franchise will strategize against your style, adapt to your tendencies, and exploit your blind spots on game day.
That sound good. That sound good.
Are focused sets of plays you can bring with you on game day to expand your base playbook. Play sheets enhance your strategy with situational firepower, and each one upgrades through 4 tiers, unlocking player boosts tied to those plays.
Okay.
Choose from styles like run and shoot, heavy sets, or blitz heavy packages, and master a specific play sheet for maximum impact. Equip up to 4 play sheets weekly, integrating them into your play call menu for more strategic control on game day. Play sheets also make your coordinators more relevant to game planning than ever. Each coordinator brings unique abilities and specialized play sheets you can equip weekly. Want to blitz a rookie QB or run a modern college scheme? Hire the coordinator with the tools to make that happen. Wear and tear and franchise adds a new personnel challenge to your weekly routine.
Nah, I don't want that.
We're giving you the tools to best manage player usage during the season. New dynamic injury statuses can change after each week's training. Rest players to protect them or push them and risk a setback that may keep them sidelined on game day. All new trainer abilities can help reduce wear and tear and help your players recover faster.
Okay, so they added. Okay, I think about it.
And find recovery for your superstars, especially as the season wears on. The new Coach Central Hub is your home base and an overview of your franchise's details. Review and upgrade your staff abilities and play sheets, and keep track of your new coach approval rating. As the leader of an NFL franchise, everyone's watching, and your choices carry weight. Your approval rating ultimately determines your job security. Build enough goodwill, and you might just survive a tough season. Rich Eisen's iconic voice guides you through the defining moments of your NFL coaching journey.
The change he's just made to the lineup will surprise plenty of people, so much so that even some in his own building have questions.
Eisen's commentary reacts dynamically to your unique path, shaping a personalized narrative that makes every franchise experience feel different. In Madden 26, every week will feel like a unique challenge. You'll face weather as an adversary, from heavy snow to pounding rain, reshape how you game plan. And for the first time ever, Thursday, Sunday, and Monday night games each deliver a distinct look, sound, and feel with authentic primetime broadcast packages. A true NFL Sunday isn't complete without a recap of the week's highlights. And who better than Scott Hansen to host Madden's all-new franchise halftime highlights and weekly recap shows.
Welcome in, everyone, to the halftime report.
Okay, that's a nice looking halftime report.
The witching hour is almost upon us.
That's nice. That's nice. That's nice. That's definitely nice.
Coaching legacy and take control with new abilities, play sheets, weekly strategy, and more in EA Sports Madden NFL 26.
Improved draft logic, new unique draft prospect. Okay, that's cool. Improved team needs logic, perfect. Improved sim stats logic, perfect. Revamped player tag logic, perfect. Depth trait regression logic, perfect. Okay, let's go read about that. Okay, I was just skipping and reading through, but this is dope. I'm doing this. I have to join the CFL this year, bro. For the first time in any NFL video game, you'll also see your friends' highlights appear at the halftime in the multi-user online league. When a friend's highlight is chosen for the show, their customized player card will appear on the screen. If it's a highlight from a game with two other players in your league, you'll see each of their player cards. Wait, so does that mean created player and franchise is back? Let's read this again. When a friend's highlight is chosen for the show, their customized player card, player, not coach, player. Am I reading too deep into this? Will appear on the screen. If it's a highlight from a game with two other players in your online league, you'll see each of their player card. I think I'm reading too deep. I'm pretty sure it's talking about the like the MUT card where it show like the customizable card that you do in MUT and all that stuff and play now. Yeah, I think that's what it's talking about. Precipitation is now dynamic and can vary throughout the game. Wind patterns, that is, so I'm assuming it can rain in the first quarter, stop in the third, and vice versa. You get me? Or same difference. That's cool. Wind patterns are more realistically adding another layer to depth to your kicking and passing decisions. Okay, that's gonna piss me off probably. And every game with weather will feel different with its own unique challenges. That is cool though. In Madden 26, franchise weather is no longer just part of the scenery. It's a real opponent you'll need to be ready for and find with. So anyway, it is. Better get used to it or yeah, kick rocks. Boys, we finna cook. We finna cook with our career simulations, boy. Without giving too much away, you'll notice new types of players entering the draft pool. That includes exciting gadget players, dedicated long snappers, specialized Sam and Will linebackers, and some rare, one-of-a-kind tight ends, running backs, and safeties that are sure to stand out. And that's not all. We've added other rare, unique player types too, but we'll leave those for you to discover. All right, they left me a challenge. I'm a fun. Oh my God, this is. I'm not gonna lie, they dropping a lot of good news, bro. One big change is to development trait regression. In the past, a player could drop multiple tiers in the offseason, like falling from X Factor all the way to normal bronze. That won't happen anymore. Now players can only drop one tier per season, making regression feel more natural and realistic. Yes, thank you. Cause like, why the fuck is somebody who was just an X Factor this year now on normal dev? Like, that's crazy. Or they'll go up to superstar dev and drop to normal. Huh? What? That's stupid. We've also added the random element that previously influenced development traits changes. Before, some trait regression was based on a chance in order to keep the distribution balanced. Going forward, it's all about performance. Thank you. A player's development trait will now be determined by how they compare statistically to others at their position. It's still EA though, so hopefully it works. If it works, thank you. I'm not gonna lie, they are cooking. And I skipped a whole bunch of stuff, but right now, if everything they saying is true, they are cooking. One of the biggest pieces we heard from you is that franchise simulation stats are too closely tied to team playbooks. We're always focused on making the simulation and stats reflect real life NFL seasons, and that includes addressing your feedback within our sim system. This year we have reduced overall impact of playbooks within the sim engine, and we're confident that sim stats for Madden 26 will be better than ever before. We said it earlier, but our team is full of long-time franchise mode fans. We understand how important it is that our engine is delivering exciting but realistic results in every franchise. Keep sharing your feedback on this one. We read it all. We thought it would be interesting to pop the hood to walk those of you who are interested in learning more about our sim engine and talk shop on how we approached it this year. Our sim engine is very robust and calculates a ton of factors on a per play basis. We track where each player lines up, which routes receivers are running, who the primary receiver is, who's covering each receiver in man zone as each play unfolds, and much more. Since our sim engine is this detailed, even a small change in how we tune stats can have a big ripple effect. One minor tweak can suddenly lead to strange results, like a tight end who's only catching 20 passes in the entire season. So tweaking a system like this always comes with great care. One area we have been looking at is how the game decides which receiver a quarterback targets on the pass play. That decision depends on many factors as listed above, including who's covering the receiver and how skilled that defender is. For example, if a playbook makes Travis Kelce the primary receiver on a given play and he has a favorable matchup against the defender covering him, the QB is more likely to throw to him. This makes sense on the surface, but it can lead to overly repetitive or unrealistic stat outcomes. It also results in the Chiefs favoring tight end on passing plays even after Kelsey has retired in your franchise. Yeah, so the Chiefs always has a Travis Kelsey, like every year, every time. We found that the playbook logic was playing too large of a role in sim calculations, so we took a different approach. We started to experiment with shifting the logic to rely more on matchups and less on playbook assignments. However, when we completely remove the primary receiver from the playbook receiver factor from the playbook data, the results become too extreme. For instance, Jamar Chase might end up 250 catches and 35 touchdowns in a single season, while another top tier tight end like Brock Bowers might barely register in the stat sheet. In those cases, QBs like Joe Burrow throw 60 touchdowns just by repeatedly targeting Jamar Chase and T. Higgins every play. That's not the experience we want to deliver, and that doesn't align with our design goals. On the other hand, we reduce the influence of playbooks rather than removing it entirely. We are seeing much more realistic results. The sim stats stay within an acceptable range, and while there are those occasional outliers like a star QB finishing with 40 TDs and only 2 to 3 interceptions, those moments are rare, leaving them to be more memorable. We're constantly experimenting in the back end of our engine to refine and improve it. We're seeing clear improvements when focusing more on matchups and are fully committed to always improving the system within your feedback. Damn, that was a mouthful, but if they actually made it better, that's a W. Bro, it looks like they revamped the whole franchise, like logic, everything, to sim stats, to player logic, to morale changes, to sims, like it seemed like to draft logic. It seemed like they just overhauled their logic with franchise this year. I ain't gonna lie, franchise mode sound like it got it's not a bunch of new features, but when it comes to improving it overall, it seemed like they did their thing. I still think it could have been just like a big patch. It don't gotta be $80, but you know, aside from that, like everything they mentioned is stuff I wanted them to touch up on. Now to me, it's just more like depth. But when it comes to improving the core game, this is the first step. Can't be mad at it, but they just trying to renew that license. So I didn't read all of this. You could go read it. Not bad. I'm very excited, and I can't wait to continue my 7th round series and all the other franchise series that I do on here.